Do you believe there's a country where insulting a witch can land you in prison, where men are strictly forbidden to enter the birthing room, and where a scar from the cosmos lies hidden beneath the ground, billions of years old? That's not a novel, it's reality in the Central African Republic, at once earthly and mysterious. Get ready, the following 15 facts will shock you, unsettle you, and keep your eyes glued to the screen. Number 15. Witchcraft law, do not insult. You might think witchcraft belongs only in fairy tales, but in the Central African Republic it appears in the criminal code itself. The 2009 Penal Code states clearly, anyone accused of being a witch, or even merely pretending to be one, can face 5 to 10 years in prison, plus a fine roughly equal to 3 years of average income. It sounds bizarre, but the logic is brutally practical. In many villages, a single accusation can spark mob anger, leading to violence and revenge. Rather than letting people take justice into their own hands, the state formalized this belief to maintain public order. For travelers, this is not something to joke about. Even a casual quip about witches can be taken as an insult. What do you think? Is this a clever way to preserve stability, or an irrational law? Share your thoughts in the comments. And that's only the beginning. Next is an even more enigmatic taboo, tied to a family's most sacred moment, childbirth. Number 14. Men are banned from the birthing area. Elsewhere, a husband holding his wife's hand in the delivery room symbolizes family unity. In the Central African Republic, it's strictly forbidden. Childbirth is a sacred rite, overseen only by elder women, soul callers, who serve as midwives. They use fragrant smoke, herbal water, and ancient songs to call the baby's soul. The husband must not enter. Instead, he goes into the forest to kindle a fire and cook soul soups to bless the family. When the baby cries, the whole village listens for the drums announcing the birth, fast beats for a boy, slow for a girl. If you're lucky enough to witness this from a respectful distance, remember, this moment is more sacred than any ceremony. Does this feel mysterious to you, or deeply holy? From the sanctity of birth, let's go underground to a colossal riddle that puzzles scientists, the Bangui magnetic anomaly. Number 13. To 40% of the country once disappeared from maps. Imagine this, in the 21st century, even when satellites can spot individual houses, nearly 40% of the Central African Republic vanished from international maps. The roots lie in the 2013 to 2015 civil war. The government controlled only the capital, Bangui. Vast areas fell under armed groups. On United Nations maps, these became white zones, no police, no courts, no schools. People paid tolls to rebel checkpoints as if crossing a national border. Diamonds and timber slipped abroad along secret routes. The country existed, but on paper it almost disappeared. Chilling, isn't it? If you think more people should know this, leave a quick like so the journey can reach farther. From blank maps, we step into an even harsher reality, a seemingly endless civil war. Number 12. A never-ending spiral of civil war. Since independence in 1960, the Central African Republic has rarely known lasting peace. Coups and uprisings have come in waves. Since 2013, more than 14 armed groups have trapped the nation in a cycle that makes peace accords feel like ink on meaningless paper. While the world watches louder headlines, hundreds of thousands live in refugee camps, surviving on a single thin porridge a day. Children's eyes grow tired in bodies grown too thin. The United Nations has appealed for hundreds of millions of dollars, but it's still far from enough. This is one of the planet's most forgotten humanitarian crises. If you controlled the budget, would you help or turn away? Share your view below. And here's the paradox: amid the wreckage of war, the land is rich beyond belief. Number 11. Resource-rich, extremely poor. Beneath the Central African Republic's red soil lies a treasure trove: diamonds, gold, uranium, valuable timber, even untapped oil. Estimates speak of up to 39 million carats of diamonds and more than 17 million ounces of gold still unexploited. Yet instead of wealth, resources have fueled division. Rebels control and smuggle roughly half the diamonds, the government gains little. The result? GDP per capita is around $1,300 a year, among the lowest in the world. Most people live below the poverty line, life expectancy is under 56. Meanwhile, diamonds from their soil glitter in luxury shops in Paris or London. Doesn't this contradiction sting? If you don't want to miss sobering stories with hard-won lessons, hit subscribe to keep traveling with us. Now, from white gold underground, let's head back in time, when salt and cloth counted as money. Number 10. Salt was once used as money. You can buy a kilo of salt for a few dollars today, but centuries ago across Central Africa and the Sahel, salt was white gold. From the 8th to the 15th centuries, the heyday of the Ghana, Mali, and Songhai empires, salt was strategic. It preserved meat and fish through the dry season and supplied essential minerals, so it became a unit of exchange. Cloth also served as soft currency, useful and a sign of status. Camel caravans crossed the desert, trading salt for gold, ivory, and slaves. Those routes linked Central Africa to the Mediterranean. Under French colonial rule, paper and coin money took over, yet in remote rural areas barter in salt and cloth lingered into the 20th century. What bartering custom from your home reminds you of this? Share it, we might feature it next time. Leaving the warehouses of history, we return to the forest, to meet the remarkable aka. Number 9. The Aka, an enigmatic pygmy people. Deep in the rainforest live the aka, one of the best-known pygmy groups, simple in lifestyle but rich in lessons for the world. They're small in stature, men average about 1.5 meters tall, and women even shorter. Average life expectancy is under 40. Yet their society is strikingly egalitarian, no rigid classes, decisions made collectively. AKA fathers are famous for spending 4 to 5 times more time with their children than the Western average. Their music, built from voices, whistles, and clapping, has been recognized by UNESCO as intangible cultural heritage. For travelers, this community deserves absolute respect. Don't intrude or photograph without consent. Can a small society like this inspire you in a big way? From people, we turn to marriage, where polygyny is chosen right from the first wedding. Number 8. Polygyny is legal. In the Central African Republic, polygyny isn't just custom, it's codified in a very specific way. At the first marriage registration, a man must choose once for life, monogamy, 1 wife, or polygyny, up to 4 wives. The decision can't be changed later. If he chooses monogamy, he can't legally take another wife. In an economy of small-scale farming and trade, multiple wives can mean more labor, fields tended, goods sold, children cared for, or a survival strategy. Of course, jealousy and financial strain are real downsides. But for many families, polygyny is social reality, not a romantic fantasy. If your country forced you to choose a 1 wife or many marriage, what would you choose, and why? Tell us below. Before the wedding, some grooms must pass a demanding entrance exam. Number 7. The groom's loyalty test. In some communities, marriage is far more than exchanging rings. The groom must pass a month-long loyalty test. Every day he rises before dawn to do hard labor, farming, harvesting, herding, hauling water from distant wells. The point isn't brute strength but attitude, patience, respect, and the resolve to shoulder family burdens. The bride's family watches closely. Only when he proves steady does the wedding go ahead. Fail, and the wedding is cancelled, and honor goes with it. Do you think you're patient enough to pass? And when it comes to love, there are places where showing it openly is something to avoid. Number 6. Public displays of affection are discouraged in many countries. Holding hands or sharing a quick kiss in public is ordinary. In the Central African Republic, it's considered inappropriate. One tourist couple said that merely hugging for a photo in a Bangui park drew immediate police attention. Local culture values modesty, influenced by Christianity, Islam, and traditional beliefs. You'll often see men walking with men, women with women. Couples rarely show affection publicly. Travelers should take cues from locals and save romantic gestures for private spaces. Did that surprise you? Speaking of gathering, another law shapes everyday life. Number 5. Public gatherings are restricted. In many places, friends jogging together, a pickup soccer game, or dancing in the street is simple fun. In the Central African Republic, it can bring police intervention. History is the reason. After years of unrest, authorities view any large gathering as a potential riot or disguised protest. Even casual activities in public without a permit can be dispersed. There was even a case of a street soccer game turning into an argument, and police arrived within minutes. Travelers should avoid forming large groups in public and choose permitted spaces for group activities. Is this necessary for security or too strict? Tell us what you think. Now, let's cool off with a scene both funny and physics-defying. Number 4. Or motorbikes that defy physics. If motorbikes where you live usually carry 2 people, in the Central African Republic a battered bike can become a minibus, a family of 4 or 5, plus a huge sack of rice, sometimes even a refrigerator lashed to the back. It isn't about thrill-seeking, it's the roads. Of roughly 12,000 miles of roads, only about 3% are paved. In the rainy season, dirt roads turn to vast mud traps, and in the dry season, red dust coats everything. Small, light, and nimble, motorbikes are the only way to beat the mud pits and axle-deep potholes that swallow cars. These street acrobatics will make you laugh and admire people's ingenuity. Seen a more extreme cargo record than that? Leaving the dusty lanes, we return to the savannah, to a silent ancient wonder. Number 3. A forgotten Stonehenge in Africa. Amid lonely hills near the town of Bor, hundreds of kilometers from Bangui, stands a mysterious stone complex erected more than 5,000 years ago. Blocks up to 3 meters tall, weighing tens of tons, are arranged in circles and straight rows, evoking Stonehenge in England. Around them, archaeologists have found graves, pottery, and stone tools, suggesting a cemetery or ritual center. Unlike Stonehenge, this site is almost abandoned, holding only an eerie stillness. That solitude is the allure. You could stand alone on the savannah, touching a monument thousands of years old with no crowds in sight. Would you dare go there to feel time's silence for yourself? From ancient heritage, we look up to the cosmos and a strange mark beneath Bangui. Number 2. The Bangui Magnetic Anomaly. Beneath the capital lies one of geology's great enigmas, the Bangui Magnetic Anomaly. On NASA's magnetic maps it glows as a bright red streak more than 500 kilometers long, nearly the length of the state of California. Scientists are split. Some think it's the scar of a colossal meteorite that struck Earth billions of years ago. Others argue it's evidence of a superplume of magma rising from deep within the planet and cooling. Notably, this zone is also rich in diamonds, gold, and uranium, linking it to both opportunity and risk. Science-minded travelers can find small museums in Bangui with rare exhibits about the phenomenon. Which explanation sounds more convincing to you, a meteorite or magma? And we'll end with a paradox that makes everyone smile, a country with no sea, yet a navy. Number 1. Landlocked, but with a navy. The Central African Republic sits deep inland, thousands of kilometers from the sea, yet it maintains a small navy. It sounds like a joke, but the reason is the Ubangi River, a major tributary of the Congo forming the southern border. For locals, this river is a mini-ocean, a trade route, a lifeline, and a security frontier. The Navy numbers around 100 personnel with a few patrol boats, mainly to keep waterways safe and curb smuggling. For a landlocked state, it's both ironic and endearing. In Bangui you may spot blue-painted boats with the national flag quietly moored on the Ubangi. Isn't it delightful that a country without a coastline still takes pride in its navy? If this made you smile, give a like for that charming paradox. Now, let's close today's journey with a short but heartfelt thank you. Thank you for joining me to explore 15 strange facts about the Central African Republic. The world is bigger than we imagine, and every land hides unbelievable secrets waiting to be revealed. In the next videos, you'll be even more astonished by taboos and unique customs from across the globe. Don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss any of our mysterious journeys.